going for 25 or more points tonight. Tell me why.
Because Jason Tatum ain't there, and he's the number one option. And in order for the Boston Celtics to have their season saved, somebody has to explode. Why not the $304 million man? Very simple answer to that question.
All right, you also got Josh Hart going for a double-double in Game 5. Tell us why.
Energize a bunny that is the New York Knicks scrappy. You got an opportunity to close the Boston Celtics out in Boston, hostile environment. Energy wins for you when you're the visiting team. Rebounds, loose balls, etc. Those kind of things have Josh Hart written all over it. I see him having a double-double tonight because of the environment that he's in.
All right, so to recap, we got Jaylen Brown to score 20. Oh, we got one more. My bad. Lastly, you have Ant Edwards having 4 or more three-pointers.
Yes. Leading three-point shooter this year, 320 three-pointers this year. The brother's game is pure. He's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's Michael Jordan. I said Jordan-esque. When you see his movement, how he shoots, how he gets to the basket, his athleticism, his fire. He wants it bad. He's a shark in blood-infested waters, and they're in blood-infested waters right now. He smells blood. They close out the Golden State Warriors tonight, and he's going to do it in front of his home fans. It's going to be late. First 3 quarters, not so much. Then he's going to explode.
All right, so to recap now, we got Jaylen Brown to score 25 plus, Josh Hart to have a double-double, and Ant-Man to make 4 threes. If you like these picks, we've got them parlayed for you on ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Just open the app, look for the First Take Triple Threat Parlay on the home page. Tonight, Ant-Man and the Timberwolves look to advance the conference finals for back-to-back seasons as they take on the Warriors at home. If Golden State has any chance of winning tonight, they'll have to do it without Steph Curry, as he's still sidelined from a hamstring injury. It's been 3 years since Curry's last title. He's 37 years old, dog. Tell me this. Do you feel like Steph has won his last championship?
I think you'd probably say yes. You'd have to say that. 37's older. I'm not sure about their salary cap implications. Those teams in the Western Conference are tricky. Houston's going to be good. Obviously, we know about Oklahoma City. Minnesota's got their best players 23 years of age. I mean, it gets harder, not easier, the older that you get. They had a little chance this year, but his injury hurt them in this series against Minnesota. I think, to be fair, you'd probably say that his chance to get a 5th ring is over with as far as the Warriors go.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on that, Doggy. Father Time is undefeated. He's 37. Draymond's 35. Jimmy's soon to be 36. And no fault of Steph. It's nothing he did wrong. But you look at this team, and since they won, they went 10th, and they didn't make the playoffs last year. They were 10th. This year, they were 10th again. The Jimmy trade moved them up to 7th. Got a little bit of life, got a little bit of excitement. But overall, since they won that championship, it's been a decline for them. And this is no fault of Steph. He's been a great player. He's done a great job. But it's just time to move on, and I don't think they'll get another one in his team.
I don't think so either. So it's a trifecta there, but I'm going to bring up different reasons than y'all brought up. It's not because of Steph at all. Steph is still playing like an all-world player when he's on the court. The brother's spectacular. I think the second we really, really knew in our hearts this was it, was when they didn't get Kevin Durant to come back. Remember, they were interested in acquiring Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant made it clear he didn't want to go back. And because he didn't want to go back, Jimmy Butler was the consolation prize. We're looking at Jimmy Butler. We know what he can do, but Jimmy Butler has no problem being Robin, but can you be Batman anymore? The answer is likely no. And then you look at Draymond Green. Draymond Green was my defensive player of the year. Draymond Green is getting outplayed by Julius Randle in this series. He is getting outplayed by Julius Randle in this series. If you're getting outplayed by Julius Randle, who could play? Julius Randle's no scrub now. He's an all-star caliber player. But if you're getting outplayed by Julius Randle and you got a guy in Jimmy Butler climbing up there in age and showing you that although he's still gifted, on a night-in, night-out basis, he can't possibly be what he used to be because Father Time has creeped up on him as well, then what choice do you have but to concede that this is it for the Golden State Warriors unless you can go out there and acquire additional talent? And you haven't proven that you could really, really do that to the level needed to supplant young Lions like OKC, like a Minnesota. Dallas will be back next year.
Yes.
Houston is in the mix. San Antonio may pull something
That's right.
off to elevate
Spurs, forgot about
themselves.
them.
There's too much resistance in the Western Conference for Golden State to overcome. I think we've seen the last of Steph Curry as a champion in Golden State.
I'm with you. Good job on San Antonio. Forgot all about
I can't argue that. And like you said,
too.
the West is only going to get better, only going to get stronger. Golden State, they're going to fall behind, but the OKCs, the SGAs, and those guys, they're going to keep.
Want me to tell you
grow.
who deserves more props than almost anybody, and we never, ever, ever mention him, even though he's a hell of a player? We need to give a lot of props to De'Aaron Fox, forcing his way out of Sacramento, insisting on being in San Antonio. And it wasn't just to be a teammate with Victor Wembanyama. You look at Castle, he's a rookie of the year. You have back-to-back rookies of the year. Now they got the 2nd and the 14th pick in the upcoming NBA draft, and they've got maneuverability to go out there and even potentially acquire a Giannis. I mean, De'Aaron Fox, we ain't mentioned him. That's a brilliant move on his part.
Yes.
All right, because Sacramento's on a fast track to nowhere. Ain't nobody thinking about them.
100% right. And the Spurs are dangerous. You're right.
Absolutely. Coming up, all signs point to the Mavs holding on to the
not on the floor. How does it affect the looks they're going to get from 3 tonight, not having Tatum in their lineup?
I mean, it affects it a lot. He's a guy who definitely gets in the paint. He draws so much attention, and he's a guy who gets other guys involved. But like I said, you have to hunt that Cat matchup in the pick and roll. You have to hunt that Brunson matchup in the pick and roll. Those are two guys who you can exploit defensively, get in the paint. That will help you make other guys better.
Is it possible they shoot fewer threes than in that circumstance?
I think you are who you are.
You're going to
shoot
shoot
the threes. You don't want to reinvent the wheel now, but I think you shoot smart threes and you play the game the right way.
I'm also going to tell that 7'3" unicorn, yo, you got 5 months to rest.
Man.
Okay?
Man.
So this 24 minutes thing,
we need that finals energy. We need that energy coming back in the
You
finals.
unlock everything.
Yes.
You unlock everything. And every pick and roll, they can't guard it, puts them into rotation. I'm going to need you 30 minutes plus tonight.
Wendy, get in here.
Yeah, I think the thing is the Celtics really haven't changed their game plan that much. They've really just believed in their tactics and believed in what's gotten them here, and they've just believed that if they just roll it out, that eventually it's going to win. Well, now they have lost their star, so they have got to change. So what they change tactically tonight will be very interesting, in addition to the spirit that they might play with facing elimination.
So you just said way better than I did what I was trying to ask, which is like, there's always adjustments, right? I mean, you're only at game 5, and now some sort of major adjustment has to take place because the best player on the floor is no longer out there. So that's what I'm asking you is what do you adjust if you're the Celtics?
I mean, you play the game offensively the same way you play the game. Defensively, you play the game the same way you play it defensively, but you're going to need Kristaps Porzingis and another X factor. Somebody is going to have to star in their role tonight. I don't know who that would be. It could be Peyton Pritchard. It could be Al Horford. Somebody's going to have to star in that role. But I believe that they have the habits. They've built the habits over these years. I don't believe you changed.
going for 25 or more points tonight. Tell me why.
Because Jason Tatum ain't there, and he's the #1 option. And in order for the Boston Celtics to have their season saved, somebody has to explode. Why not the $304 million man? Very simple answer to that question.
All right, you also got Josh Hart going for a double-double in Game 5. Tell us why.
Energizer Bunny that is the New York Knicks scrappy. You got an opportunity to close the Boston Celtics out in Boston, hostile environment. Energy wins for you when you're the visiting team. Rebounds, loose balls, etc. Those kind of things have Josh Hart written all over it. I see him having a double-double tonight because of the environment that he's in.
All right, so to recap, we got Jaylen Brown to score 20. Oh, we got one more. My bad. Lastly, you have Ant Edwards having 4 or more three-pointers.
Yes. Leading three-point shooter this year, 320 three-pointers this year. The brother's game is pure. He's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's Michael Jordan. I said Jordan-esque when you see his movement, how he